We haven't done a damn thing yet, so let's not get too happy over being 3-1 in an 82-game season. So it's just business as usual for us. Got an opportunity to protect our home court tonight. We're playing decent on the defensive end, and our offense still has a long way to go.
Speaking of your offense, struggling there, but you've gotten a serious bump offensively from being able to get to the line. What is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's great. I mean, I think we're second in the NBA right now in free throw attempts per game at around 37, trailing Toronto, who's first. But when you can get to the foul line 47 times in a game and put a tremendous amount of pressure on the opposing team, our 2 point guards, Darren Collison gets there 13 times, Ramon Session gets there 10 times. So it's not just DeMarcus and our big guys, but our guards are putting a lot of pressure on the defense as well. And that's also big because it allows us to set our defense. We get to the foul line, we slow the game down, we set our defense, and make them have to play against a set defense rather than getting out and running, which this team is very good at.
You know, you also, the other night, I know it's been discussed, you were able to sit those starters for a long time to their advantage. Do you think that might even be the outcome in this game?
Well, that was a back-to-back for us, you know, playing in LA the day before, playing in the altitude of Denver. So our starters were a little gassed. They got them out early in the third quarter. The guys on the bench did a pretty good job of holding the fort, if you will. And then we got our starters back in with around 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Tonight we'll see how the game unfolds, and if we have to go to our bench early, so be it.
Coach, to get more production from the two-guard spot, is it a matter of confidence and/or running plays early for Ben and Nick, as the case may be, depending on who's on the floor at that time?
I think it's probably a combination. You know, right now Ben and Nick aren't shooting the ball with great confidence. They've struggled a little bit. My attitude is I have all the confidence in the world. When they're open, they're going to make shots. You know, we have to try to get them some easy looks. You know, when Ben gets out on the break and is able to run and get, you know, transition dunks, layups, or get to the free throw line, that's going to make the baskets seem a little bit bigger for him. So we'll try to get them some more looks. I love how Ben is guarding. You know, his job is not just to make shots for us. He's done a very good job of defending on the other end, a marked improvement from last year to this year.
Was it important not to let them get too high over that hot start, like you said, in terms of, you know, letting them know that they haven't done anything yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's come on, man, we're 4 games into the season. I told them this morning, Philadelphia started out 3-0 last year. Big deal. So what, right? I mean, we're 3-1. You feel good about it, but by no means should we be satisfied or feel like we've done anything, you know, of note. We haven't. And we have an opportunity to defend our home court. Then we go back on the road for an extremely difficult road trip. So, you know, we have to try to sustain where we're at defensively and find a way to become an improved offensive team, moving the basketball, cutting down our turnovers, making plays for our teammates, and just becoming a lot more efficient on that end. So, Coach, great start, a lot of room for improvement.
Coach, defensively, they're not shooting it well, so is it a matter of transition and then also making them a jump shooting team tonight?
Yeah, they came out in that third quarter and really attacked us. 18 paint points in the third quarter alone, 54 for the game. So we have to pack the paint. When they shot the ball in the paint, they shot 47%. When we made them shoot outside the paint, they were at 25%. So they have tremendous runners for their bigs. Their guards do a very good job of breaking down your defense off the dribble. So if they live in that paint tonight, whether it be a post-up or penetration, as well as second chance opportunities where they had 19 second chance points, it could be a long night. You know, this team, they haven't shot it well, but they have a lot of weapons and they can put points up in a hurry.
Jason Thompson seems to have sacrificed a lot of his offensive game to play solid defense so far this season. What are your impressions and takeaways from his game so far?
Well, I think when you're on a team, everybody's got to sacrifice. I mean, it's not just Jason. Everybody's got to sacrifice and do what's best for the team. And, you know, we have some guys that can score the ball. Jason Thompson's attitude of let me guard the opposing team's best post player every night and do the best job I can on Fareed, on Blake Griffin, on whoever it might be. You know, that's his number one important thing that he brings to the team right now is his defense, his rebounding, his running, his energy. And when he's able to get a shot or catch the ball in the post, I want him to shoot the ball, make a play with aggression and confidence.
Do you expect many similarities tonight as was the case in the last game? Obviously, the fatigue won't be there for you guys as much.
Yeah, I mean, there should be no fatigue because it's not a back-to-back. You know, I'm sure we're going to get a great effort from the Nuggets. You know, that they're, you know, fighting to try to find their identity as well. It wasn't a pretty game to watch that last game with all the fouls. It wasn't a great flow. but it went back and forth all game. Leads, the amount of times the game was tied, but we're expecting a great fight from them. We have to be ready to play. Again, if we think that we're 3-1 and we can just show up, we'll get a rude awakening.
Will Ray McCallum get any time on the floor? Is it kind of wait and see how the flow goes?
Yeah, well, every game we'll kind of see how the game unfolds, and if there's an opportunity for Ray to play like there was last game, we'll get him in there.
I know you've been pleased with the defensive progress. Is there any concern over some of the open threes you guys have given up in LA and Denver? Is that something you're trying to address?
Well, especially in the Clipper game, as I told our players, don't get fooled. Even though that our defense on paper looked like it was tremendous, they missed a lot of wide open threes in that fourth quarter when they went 0 for 12. So you can say it's great defense, but the reality is we got lucky a lot of times. This team, knock on wood, they haven't shot the ball nearly as well all season, in the very short season that we've had. But we don't want to give up uncontested looks. We want to make sure that we contest every shot down the floor. That's something that we chart, and if guys are going to make shots, make it over contested hand.
Coach, it seems like you guys are the aggressor so far this season. I mean, your free throws advantage is something like +11. Your rebounding advantage is +10. Are you telling them every game to go out there and just be super aggressive?
No, what's really funny is that we were the same way last year. We were one of the best teams in the NBA in terms of free throw attempts per game. DeMarcus was top 5 in the NBA himself. So it's something that we try to play through our bigs, attack, get into the bonus early. That's something we talk about. We want to win the free throw battle every night, and we feel if we're able to do that, good things are going to happen. So we want to be aggressive. We want to play in an attack mentality, and when we do that, good things usually happen.